TvP has been a little more in flux as of late. We have seen a lot of players be a little bit more exploratory in how they approach the matchup, especially on a new map pool, though things can get a little bit wild. As spawning in the top left hand corner, we have our French Terran, the Red Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. For T1, it is a herO. Hello. Proxy. I mean, herO, he went for a lot of proxies against Cure. The question becomes, was Clem watching? Was he watching those series? Was he watching those games? Is he aware of how aggressive and how cheesy herO has been today? As he did proxy Cure twice. And here comes the gateway. Here comes the proxy. So he's got one gateway at home, one gateway across the map. Welcome to 10,000 feet, a map where, I mean, a much smaller map of the map pool. We're expecting to see something more tech heavy out of Clem. So this is a big gamble here from herO. Let's go. So here comes the gateway. Here's been mongering some cheese, has he? Oh, specifically in this tournament, right? In this tournament, he did cheese Cure twice, if you recall. He went proxy 2 gate and he went proxy 1 gate against Cure. I was doing it here against Clem. And again, the goal here will be to delay the CC and ideally force a cancel. SCV gets low. SCV gets low, Zeld is on the way. Again, it's going to be Zeld first, into Stalker, into Adept. As the Zeld does move out. Clem, he finds a proxy. Wow, big scout hit for Clem. He's now aware of what's going on. Does cancel immediately, and he sets up the bunker. That bunker is on the way. Again, the earlier you cancel, the better. There was no way for Clem to defend the low grounds. He could not defend. Buying time for the bunker. Boys are being pulled. I'm just trying to buy some time to pull away those weakened SCVs. Not bad. We lose one. Very nice defense here. One SCV goes down, shuts down the Zealots, and the bunker will finish. Can he even get the Stalker? No shot. Up! Otomas! One more shot, gets it. Stalker goes down. Reaver does not get away. Yeah, barely not, but we have a full wall up here. Bunker is complete. Deck gets in. Barely does get in, gets extra SCV kills. Nice damage by herO. herO takes down 3 more SCVs. Delays the command center. Initially, Clem, his defense was nice, was solid. It was impressive, but he's losing too much. Losing 4 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Four SCVs go down. And behind this, hero's expanding. Right here, he's expanding, getting his natural, building up. Say that here he does have a, so far, cleaner start. Taking up into Blink. Twilight Council is on the way. I mean, I say Blink, we could go into Charge instead. It depends if herO believes that Clem would go for a 2-base all-in. Charge would shut this down. We can see we have 2 more Raxes before the Starport. This is hyper aggressive out of Clem. Delayed Starport, delayed drop play in favor of earlier Stim and earlier Bio. Here he didn't see the Raxes, so he's not fully aware. Didn't see the Raxes. Wants that Cyclone. This Blink is going to be on the way. Gets a Marauder. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, this is getting out of hand already. He's out 1 Stalker. Nice lock on. Gets one of the Stalkers, gets 2. Clem holds. And Clem, he barely holds on. The Cyclones have arrived. Clem is holding on. I mentioned earlier, because of the build of choice, because of the production setup, he's going for early stim, late medevacs. This is going to be hyper aggressive out of Clem. I mean, he has to be, because of the early damage. He's moving in. He wants that tank. Takes down the Cyclones. Tank goes down. Massive pickup. And now there's one Marauder left. Oh, trades well. And he's trying to hold his own. hero's not backing down. Guess another Marauder. This time Blink is done. Here, I'm sure he's tempted to dive on the tank. He's tempted, dives in. And Marauder goes down, he can two-shot. Ooh, barely does get the tank. And with that hero, he can overwhelm. We're down to, what, 5 Marines. SCVs are falling, Marauder's still on the way, tank's still in production. Until then, hero, he will dominate. Takes over the natural. And denying more mining, killing more SCVs. Links in once again. Ooh, barely gets the tank. We'll take 2 shots to the face. So extra damage gets dealt. Does take extra damage. But still breaks through. Yeah, he still breaks through. Taking off more SCVs. Oh. Tank does siege. We got 1 tank, 1 marine, 1 bird. Let's go. Clem, he's hanging on by a thread, but Clem, sorry, Hero, he's hit out of the game. He's hit out of the game. As he should have won. GG gets called. Hero, he will take game number 1. He'll take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very strong start here for Hero, winding it back. Clem, even though he did react very nicely to the proxy, I was very impressed by Clem's reaction time. He was able to cancel the CC, get his bunker up and running as well. But there was one critical mistake. He didn't lift in time, and 1 adept slipped in. 1 adept did get into the main base, and if you remember, killed 4 SCVs. 4 SCVs delayed the command center, more reinforcements arrived. What should have been a cleaner defense kind of fell apart. And Clem, he did sustain some extra damage, a lot more damage there, with workers falling, with Marines getting picked off, Reapers as well. And he had a shaky early game as a result, and Hero capitalized on that. GG. GG, well played. So again, a shaky defense there by Clem. And now we're getting to game number 2. Jumping into game 2, jumping into Winter Madness. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran for Team Liquid down in the series. We'll see if you can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss. For T1, it is Hero. We go. No. As this time Hero, he does set up his gateway back at home. There's no proxy 2 gate out on the map. We're calming things down. We do load into Winter Madness. Here on this map, it is one of the larger maps in the map pool, much more defendable on 4 bases. I feel like the pressure is going to be on Clem to be more aggressive this time. Speaking of aggression, double gas opener, going for a faster factory into faster tech. So we'll see what Clem can accomplish. So here we are going to be building up. Our eyes are going to be mainly on Clem to see how hard he commits, whether he goes into Reactor Reaper Hellion, into committed early Cyclone production, committed Widowmine drop play. We'll see. Keep an eye on Clem. Likewise, because the map is so large, herO I'm sure is going to be tempted to be greedy. He could go for 2-gate blink into a faster third base. We'll see how many gateways he gets up to. We'll see where herO does decide to cut some corners, if at all. If at all. As is that Twilight Council opener. Clem does go Reactor Reaper Hellion, so he's going to be a little bit more aggressive early on here. Building up his early game army. Saves the CC. Now, with this kind of commitment, the goal should be to bust into a mineral line, to break through the initial defensive wall off, and to get into the natural, to get into the main base, to deal economic damage. So here comes Clem. He's moving out. herO, he has no SimCity. I mean, his buildings are here in the main base. No wall off at the natural. And we'll see if Clem can break through. But now diving on the Stalker, not bad. One Stalker goes down. Going for the other. We'll get a second Stalker. Oh, not quite. As boys are being pulled, probes, they do line up. Oof. Yeah, brutal damage here. The Stalker still does fall. That's going to be 4 probe kills. 1 more Hellion volley. Oh my god, 6 probes. Okay. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand here. 7 probes go down. Ay, ay, ay. 7 probes and 8 probes and 2 Stalkers. And that was a better trade for Clem. Much better trade. And we did emphasize that again, herO, he did have just a massive opening into his natural. There was no wall off. There was no SimCity. So Clem, he had free reign. And this is a much stronger start for the Terran. He does zone away. He's a nice mining here at the natural. herO stuck on a 1 base economy. Brutal follow-up. Blink is just not finishing up. Oh, nice. A very nice target firing at the herO. Takes down the Widow Mines. Still lose 2 probes. And herO is still recovering, still down economically. Wait, 1 gate? Wait, wait, did he go 1 gate blink into a 3rd? Okay. Very greedy. I mean, here he has to do something drastic here. Is it fair enough? What is happening? So 1 gate blink into a 3rd base, into Robo, into Bay? This is wild. Like, here he has nothing. Like, he has foot. Sure, he moves out his soldiers across the map. He will get on top of the tank. But these are losses that he can't necessarily afford here. Let's get 1 tank. Trades out 2 Stalkers. This opener from herO is very experimental. And because of it, herO, he doesn't really have much to work with. herO, he has a very small army. Just because he only has 1 gateway, and he's so tech heavy. He's like, this is so greedy. Going into Robo, into Bay, into Twilight Council, into Charge now? If Clem were to move out anytime soon, herO should just topple over, right? Like, no shot. does rotate between the bases. Just harassing, getting full scouting. Clem, he has seen the setup now in the main as the first Colossus is revealed. And Clem's pushing. Yeah, he does move out. As we mentioned before, this early push here should be quite successful just because herO has so little to work with. But is Clem taking too long? And once the observer. Does get it. Observer goes down. Third CC is on the way. Clem is expanding. And Clem has double the army supply. Oh boy. That's engaged though. Yeah, Colossus shot's going off. Does get one of the tanks. Clem sims in. He wants a Colossus and he gets it. Yeah, one more shot. Colossus goes down. And as we mentioned, again, this army is just so fragile because of the low gate count, because of the low amount of war pins. The Colossus are exposed. Like, they have no support. On their own here, they can't really threaten too much. They've got 3 zealots. 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 zealots. Let's go. Doesn't quite catch the tank. As Clemmy kites back, and Clemmy might just stim in. He should. Again, this is the army. We got 1 Colossus, 1 Immortal, 1 Stalker. Clemmy totally could have chased that down. And he's just waiting for his reinforcements. Catching out the charge lots. Now we're up to 2 Colossi. Okay. Oh, that was a crazy play. He blinked into the army. Stalkers, they go down, and Clem, he should just go for the kill. Yeah, he sims in, he sims, and he wins. He gets 1, he gets both Colossus, and there's no standing army remaining. Again, this was a crazy build out of herO. It shouldn't have worked, and thankfully it didn't. Like, as a reminder, what build was this? This was a gateway into Twilight Council, into natural, into third base on 1 gateway, into robo, into bay, into charge, all off of 1 gate. Like, it was like, again, that's why there's just so few gateway units, because we had such a low gateway count for so long. And with that, herO is being broken. GG gets called, and Clem, he ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. I know what the hell herO was doing. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. GG, well played. herO, he gets punished for his greed. He gets punished for his very tech-heavy builds. And with that, Clem ties it up. We're going to game 3. We're going to game 3. We're going into a back and forth. Let's go. All right, let's go. As we're getting into game 3 to determine who will take a lead in the series, and spawning in the top left hand corner for the first time tonight on Taito Citadel, we have the French Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss, the Blue Protoss. For T1, it is herO. Now, when it comes to herO's build last game, I mean, there is a world where you get away with it. That is if the Terran player is very passive, right? If they are passive, then herO, he can get away with just cutting as many corners as he did. Unfortunately, Clem scouted. If you remember, with his Raven, he got across the map, he scouted the main base, he saw how tech heavy it was, he saw the Colossus, and that prompted Clem to move out. So it was an informed decision for Clem to be as aggressive as he was, and herO, unfortunately, he was hoping that he could get away with it. He was hoping he would cut some corners. In the end, he couldn't. In the end, he was punished. But I've never seen herO do that before. Like, that specific build, I mean. It was crazy. But with that, we're now getting into game number 3. Once again, double gas out of Clem. Another reason for herO being so greedy might also be because herO did have a worse start to the game. Remember, what did Clem do last game? He went double gas into a faster factory, into Reactor Reaper Hellion, and he did do a lot of damage. He was able to kill a lot of workers. He was able to snipe at 2 Stalkers. Clem did have the stronger start to the game. So it's possible that the greed of herO was a reaction to being behind, to falling behind early on, and to losing all those workers. That would make sense. When it's 2:30 and you've given up on sleep, monk ass. Oh no. Get some rest, Papi. Get some rest. I know it's very late, I believe, in Europe. It's very late in Europa. Get some rest, Papi. Take care. Take care. I mean, thankfully, it's the weekend. So, you know, hopefully there's nothing scheduled for tomorrow. There's nothing planned. So it's okay if you can be a little bit degen. True. As we do see Clem once again going Reactor Reaper Hellion. So it looks like the same openers as we saw last game. Going Reaper Hellion. Likewise, welcome one and all to Title Citadel. Title Citadel is one of the larger maps in the map pool. I would say a little bit more defendable on fort bases, more so than on some of the other maps. It's not as open, not as crazy. Restless leg area thing. Ah, no. Ah, no. It's all good. And it's time to enjoy some StarCraft in bed. True, true. As we do see Clem, he does open up with, yep, double Hellion. So 4 Reapers, 2 Hellions. He's moving out across the map. Just like last game, the goal here is to get into a mineral line and to kill some workers. We'll see if he can. herO does get a safety shield battery this time, so he's playing safe. He does have some SimCity as well. So more defensive setup out of herO, more so than last game. So Clem dives into the main, causing a distraction. Distracts herO. Hellions will go for the mineral line. Oh, a little bit of miscontrol. Hellions have to back off. Pull away. 1 Hellion goes down for an adept, and herO defends. So this time a much cleaner defense out of herO, more so compared to last game. Yeah, what am I jump into the main base? Oh no! He comes back too soon! herO! Here he comes back too soon. A probes go down. Ay, ay, ay. herO, he was premature, Pap. He was premature. And again, the mind drop shouldn't have dealt as much damage. Here he does fall behind. And the pressure's now on herO. Setting up for his third. We do have a 3-gate setup. I mean, this was meant to be a safe build. Meant to be safe. And here he's going for the Bay. He's going for the Bay before expanding. So setting up for Colossus. Building up to the mid game. So far, Clem has had a very nice start. And Clem, you can see he's setting up for the counterattack as well. He's a little bit terrified that herO would just commit on 2 bases. So we have 2 bunkers on the low ground, a tank as well, tank in the main base. Clem is very secure. Stalkers, they do deny combat shields. They denied him, and not bad. No economic damage, but this is going to be a big delay here for Clem. So here is buying time. So very nice counterattack. As a result, Clem is going to be stuck at home. He's going to be stuck at home. And here he has time to recover. It's time to build up. Oh no. All the EU degens in the chat. Not like this, Pappy, not like this. But yeah, so far we have a back and forth, and again, Clem is contained on 2 bases. He has to wait for Stim before he can move out. This is giving Hero the time he needs to build up more Colossus. He has 1, soon to be 2 Colossi, getting into charge, and it's going to be up to Hero to slow this down, to slow down the push. It's still going to be a terrifying army that Clem has. Like Clem, he still has a supply lead. This damage that Hero's done isn't really slowing down the army, sorry, it isn't slowing down the army supply of Clem, just slowing down and giving him time to build up. So here he has a little bit more time. Does get a tank. Oh god. Does take extra volleys to the face. Not the best trade here for Hero. But does get one of the tanks. Losing all the Stalkers does mean that Hero, he won't be able to slow this down anywhere near as effectively. Assuming that Clem moves out. Is he too greater than sleep? I know. Take care, Pappy. Take care. And Clem is just chilling. Clem is chilling back at home. He did scout. He did confirm the Liberators with the... Sorry, he did confirm the Colossus with the Liberators. So behind this, going to Ghost, going to a second starport, into Mass Viking. So Clem is just chilling. He's not moving out. He's just chilling back at home, defending on 3 bases. You're having a bit of a slower game. Okay. Slowing things down. This also is most likely because Clem lost Stim earlier. So because his upgrades were delayed, he's like, you know what? I missed my timing. I'm gonna just back off, right? I'm not going to risk it here. Against Hero, got to be clean, got to be crisp. So just backs off, builds up. Hero, he's actually gonna be pushing into Clem. Hero, we don't have to do this. Hero's getting a 4th base. Clem does have the larger army, and Hero's gonna commit in. Oh boy, it's gonna be pushing into a concave of Vikings, of Ghosts, of EMPs. Be careful, Hero. Yo, meanwhile, big shout to Miguelito. Vindicta. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Miguelito. Good to see you, Pappy. Good to see you. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. And welcome one all to the grand finals. The grand finals of PiGosaur Cup number 54. As both armies are maxed. Hero does get up the ramp. Pushing into the concave. Yo, the mass hallucination. Let's go. Colossi there tanks some volleys. As Vikings are going down, and Hero, it looks like he should take the fight. GG gets called, he overwhelms, and Hero, he will take the lead in the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very nice use of those hallucinations. I want to say, what, there were 3 or 4 hallucinations, and they tanked so many Viking shots. There was like, what, 4 volleys of Vikings just wasted on hallucinations, and Hero did get on top of the ramp as well. He had the high ground, had the concave. GG. GG, well played. I was really concerned about Hero pushing into Clem, specifically pushing up into the concave that he had set up, but Clem, he rotated. He rotated over towards the low ground instead. Clem was out of position. GG. GG, well played. With that, Hero does take a lead, and now we're loading into Throne of the Dunes. Hero is 1 game away from claiming the series. Meanwhile, it's going to be on Clem to recover, to bounce back. Hi. Here we go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Throne of the Dunes, we do have the French Terran, the Red Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss play. We have the South Green Protoss for T1. It is herO. So to open up, herO immediately does scout for proxies, don't blame him. Does check nearby. And welcome one also Throne of Dunes. Throne of Dunes is going to be one of the larger maps in the map pool. Here, getting up to 3 bases is relatively secure. The 4th base is a little bit more open, but if you can claim your 4th base, you can take your 5th base quite steadily, or quite readily, I should say. We'll see how our players will change their approach. Again, we had a bit of a back and forth. Clem had a very nice start, killing a lot of workers of herO. herO was able to counterattack, delaying Clem's push. Clem, he was faster than Max, but he was being more defensive. And again, Clem was caught out of position. Here we go. This time, Clem does go for an economic start. For the last 2 games, Clem has been going for a faster factory into Reactor Reaper Hellion. Not this time, though. Not this time. Does go for the faster CC. The Reaper does poke in. Very exciting. This time it's going to be a Stargate open out of here. Interesting. Checking the vision here. Clem, he is not aware. Does not scout the main. Not yet. Rotates back over. Does get into main. Does confirm the Stargate. With this, here is going to be a little bit more vulnerable. We can see that Clem throws down a 2nd Rax before Starport. If we see a 3rd Rax before Starport, that's indicative of a 2-base all-in. And that is going to be favored against Stargate play. The downside of Stargate play, I mean, if this is going to be an Oracle opener or a Phoenix, is designed to harass, designed to give you a bit of a lead getting into a longer game, but defending against all-ins, it's going to be much more difficult. Yep, there it is. 3rd Rax is on the way. Solid reaction. It's going to be Phoenixes out of herO, and Phoenixes, they struggle against these all-ins. What are Phoenixes? What do they achieve? What are they good at? They are good at denying drop play, denying Banshee, shutting down Raven harass, and of course containing the Terran player, at least in regards to drops. But when it comes to defending against all-ins, they're that much weaker. Sure, you can lift up tanks, but what's your supports? Like, how do you kill the tanks? How do you deal with the Mass Marine? Mass Marines are building up. Tanks are amassing as well. And this is going to be a stim timing. And this time stim will not be denied, will not be cancelled. herO is going Feast Colossus. Let's go. Robo's on the way. Very old school in herO's approach. Very old school. By old school, I mean like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Back when this was more popular. Clem should be pushing with around 3 tanks, so we're almost there. Stim is almost done. 3rd tank is almost complete. Reaper confirms the Phoenixes. The Bay is on the way. And the goal should be to break herO before Colossus. And we'll see if he pulls the boys. Clem is moving out. Yep, the boys are being pulled. Here comes a two-base all in. Oh no! One piece goes down already. And again, there's nothing to defend. We're still a ways away from Colossus. It's going to be one Immortal, I believe. Barely one Immortal in time. And again, this is just a really nice reaction from Clem. And this is also you can also see why this build that herO is going for did fall out of fashion. Did fall out of favor. Due to the rise of two-base all-ins. Marines, they start to step in. They're holding onto that stim. He's holding onto a tank stable siege. Bullying herO away. The Colossus is on the way, but there's Dartosis pylon. Oh, and the pieces are being focused down. And Marines, they break through. From here came the production. Boys are being pulled into tank volleys. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, brutal tank shots. Immortal goes down. And with that, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. GG gets called. Clem does snowball out of control, and we are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game number 5. And again, it was a bold move by herO. We still do see Stargate play every now and then, especially on larger maps, but Clem was so fast to scout and so fast to react. As soon as he saw the Stargate, bam, he threw down extra racks. He threw down one more racks and went and worked towards his two-base all-in. Did punish, did snowball out of control, and now it all leads into game 5. Going to be loading into the Old Republic. And we'll see how this story ends. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, I did notice his camera moving across the map. Got my attention. We have the South Green Protoss, the Blue Protoss for T1. It is herO. We go. As herO, he did rally his probe, I believe, here outside of the bases. We'll see if he's hiding his probe. He's hiding his probe. We're going for the proxy. We're going for the proxy gateway, so we have one gateway back at home, and I believe one across the map. This position is much more sinister. So this proxy pylon is actually quite far out here. Usually we would see it at the 4th location. At the 4th proxy locations, it's going to be a little bit further away. So the rally is going to be a little bit more delayed, but is going for the 2-gate. So 2-gate opener. He's hoping that Clem is going to be greedy. We can see that Clem is going for a Rax expand, economic start out of Clem. If Clem goes for the low ground CC, the goal for herO is to force a cancel, is to delay at least. Is to delay, is to get some economic damage, kill some workers. As this should be a Zealot. There we go. Zealot is on the way. So Zealot into Stalker into Adept. So hyper aggression out of herO. Clem does go for the low ground CC. Now my concern with this gateway being further behind is that reinforcements are going to be delayed, and there's a chance that Clem might just finish the command center. If he can finish it, he can just lift. He can just lift, pull away. We'll see. SCV moves in. As Clem, he's blindly opening up Tech Lab. No, it's CC on the high ground. Wait, what?
Our SCVs are under attack.
Yeah, it did cancel. Okay, it did cancel. So it looks like he did get an idea of what was going on. Cancel the CC, gets on the high ground. Bunkers on the way. Marauder as well. Very nice reactions here out of Clem. Very solid read. As a result, Clem, he's perfectly fine. Was forced to cancel and delay his command center, but I mean that pales in comparison to killing workers and killing SCVs. It's a very nice reaction. Clem, he's looking for the proxy. He knows that there is one. And Clem, he has a stronger start. Like, Clem takes a lead. This proxy, these gateway units, they were not worth it for herO. Well, the council is on the way. Working towards Blink, I would imagine. Oh. Reaper does barely escape. Just barely. Pulls out, pulls away. Doesn't scout the gateway. He's still looking. Still searching. The follow-up here is a second Rax. Do we go for a third Rax? Do we just go for a 2-bait? Eyes are on Clem. If he throws down a third Rax, this could just be the same build. I mean, I say same build, like the same direction as game number 4. Where we just pull the boys on 2 bases. Yeah, Stim is being prioritized. This does feel like a third Rax. Really fast Stim. Tank production as well. Clem does know that he has momentum. Este Maxi, papi. Este Máximo. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Este es un replay? Sí. Sí. Sí, es un replay. Third CC is the way. Okay, so Clem, in my mind, was going to be going for a third Rax and committing to a 2-base all-in. Is going for a third Rax, but he's getting a third CC behind this. So Clem is expanding. We're building up into a longer game state. Okay. Pero sí es un replay. So building up the army. herO, he did go for a charge base opener. But because of this, herO, I believe he was expecting a 2-base all-in. I mean, he saw the Raxes. True. Like, he saw the 2-1 setup. So herO, he reads this as aggression. I read it as aggression as well, but Clem expanded. And now herO's about to confirm. Yeah, he sees this. He sees command center. That means that early charge didn't really achieve anything. herO, he has to move out across the map. He has to make this worth his while. He moves out instead. And the pressure's on herO. Pressure is on. He's chronoing out probes. Pushing into these tanks is not going to be easy. The boys are being pre-pulled. Oh, base out the Zealot. Cheeky moves out of Clem. That was very cheeky. Sent out one SCV just to bait the AI, just to bait the Zealot to charge in. Very nice. And Clem takes a better fight. I don't think I've seen that before, to be honest. Where you just send out one SCV to bait out the charge. So cheeky moves out of Clem. Takes the better fight. Defends. And herO has the backup. herO has to pull away. Pulls back, getting into Blink. Likewise, Clem will take his third. He's taking his third base. Now, welcome to the Old Republic. This is a much larger map. It's much more open as well. We could see Clem just try to be more defensive and turtle heavy and build up in towards a maxed out army. We saw him attempt to do this on Taito Citadel, but he got caught out of position. We'll see if he can achieve it here instead. So we're building up. Clem's gonna be the first to move out. It's a bold move. There is no splash damage, no Colossus, no Storm. There's plenty of charge lots. They're diving on top of the tanks, and the tanks, they will go down. Gets one, gets two, gets all three. All three tanks do fall, and yeah, Clem, he should not have moved out like this. Not like this. Clem gets caught out in the open. See, this is where Bjorn is watching this game, and he's like, see, this is why you never move out. This is what this is why you never push this Terran. True, true. But again, going for a charge heavy composition like this, you want to fight out in the open. You want to fight out in the open, you want to get us around. So here he did out trade. And after losing that fight, now Clem is stuck at home. Now with a weaker army. So Clem, so here he could just move in. We'll try to keep going. If he had a War Prism, then he could reinforce. Prism is still on the way. So here comes out War Prism. So it's going to be a delayed push here by herO. And here he wants to go for the kill. He's a little bit early. The War Prism has yet to arrive. Oh. Does take some mean piece of the face. Prism is here. Third Colossus as well. Jesus, 3 Colossi. hero's moving in. Guessing off the Marauders. We'll tank the EMPs. And the boys are being pulled into 3 Colossi. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, massive Colossus swipes going off. Oh, but the boys, they tank well. Clem holds. Clem is holding on. Did cost him every single SCV though. That was 19 workers falling. hero's down to 1 Colossus. Wants to keep going. Does want to keep pushing. Oof. Colossus goes down to the Vikings. And herO overextends. Yeah, herO, he should not be here. He has to pull out. Gets 21 more workers. And he's just going to keep trading. Jeez, he just keeps going. herO just wants to end the game here and now. Keeps rallying. Keeps warping in. Shows the Novas. Novas go up and they do not connect. They have potential. But herO, he will lose everything. We gotta calm down, Bat. We gotta calm down. herO pulls away. Again, there's only a very low gas count. No gases here at the natural. No gases at the 3rd base, at the 4th base. I should say 4th and 5th. So very low gas counts. Warping in mainly Zealot. And Clem holds. He holds, he survives. I think the initial fight from herO was fine when he killed the initial wave of SCVs. But moving in with the disruptors, that was a little bit overzealous. That was herO overextending. Throwing away a little bit too much. It wasn't quite worth it. As he's setting up for a drop. Gets into the main. Will delay some of the production. Nice damage by herO. At the same time, Zealots, they do hit the natural. Main army towards the 3rd. Clem is in position. herO, he backs up. He backs up from the front lines. Trading against Vikings. Not a bad trade for herO. Gets 1, gets 2 Vikings. Plus is moving in. And here he has to keep this up. He has to keep this up. Harassing, threatening with the main army. As he takes more bases. Double expanding. but here he still hasn't taken extra gases. That's my big concern. He's still very zealot heavy. And there's no other splash damage here. It's still just Colossus. There's no Storm. There's no Disruptors. There's no second Robo. Wait, right? There's a second Robo. There's no third Robo. No Disruptors. So here's army is still a little bit lacking in a head-on fight. Once again, just trying to cause a distraction. Gets one of the Vikings. Colossus goes down. At the same time, here he does try to sneak in. Does get some reinforcements. Distracts Clem. Does try to distract. SCVs are going down. Gets 5 more SCV kills. Oh. Remember the MP. Colossus goes down once again. Where are the Disruptors, Pat? There we go. they're late, but Disruptors, they finally have begun. You're now getting to Disruptors while Clem builds up into Liberators instead. Once again, herO going for the run by. Getting himself the Ghost. Gets 1. 1, 2, almost 3 Ghosts go down, but it does overextend. And here he will lose every single Marauder here. Sorry, every single Immortal here. Yeah, the Immortals are going down. Expensive losses for herO. He will lose everything. The Zealot Robot was nice, but this was still a very expensive trade for herO. If he had gotten away with the Immortals, then sure, he'd be fine. But he lost every Immortal. So here, he's been very wasteful with these fights. The Romites have been keeping herO in this game, but again, he's been very careless with his main army. Insane holds. I would say that was more on herO overextending. Like herO, he's been overextending quite a bit here. And again, a late switch into Disruptor. How many Liberators do we have? So far, 3. Okay, so still a bit of a lower Liberator count. As Liberator count gets higher and higher, that's when herO will have to take to the skies and switch into Sky Toss. As he finally does take extra gases. Gases are being taken. Outside the prism. So ideally, when you go for these run bys, you do want a distraction. You want to be having your main army, and you want to try to pull away the attention from one side then into the other. herO, he's a little bit premature here with this run by. He gets caught. He is seen, and Clem is getting ready. So herO is just getting a little bit too excited. Moves in too soon. herO blinks in, he gets surrounded. Yeah, Novas, they try to connect. They will shut down the Vikings at least, but there are no Colossus anyway. Yeah, there are no Colossi. They just now start up, but that's going to be 2, 3 Disruptors going down. Likewise, here Zealot Robot was dealt with. And Clem, you can just chase him down. Yeah, you can just chase him down from here. Nova doesn't connect. And remember, because herO showed his hand previously, Clem is already set up. He's already set up here. Zealots are thrown away, and Clem takes a massive lead. And hero's just been so wasteful. This is actually reminding me of the game that we had between herO and Bjorn on Mothership, if you recall, where herO was very wasteful against Bjorn as well, and Bjorn was able to defend, able to take better fights. The difference though is that Bjorn never pushed. Bjorn, he never counterattacked. It took him, what, like 20 minutes to counterattack. Clem should be being more active here. Should be recognizing like the advantage that he has. As Clem is maxed out. We can see hero's ready for another run by, this time with Dark Templar. here he does try to collapse on this. This time with a couple of Colossus. Fighting count is low. Colossus, they can be much more effective this time. Clem is moving out. Here he's not really ready defensively here. His bases are exposed. Here he's up to 4 Colossus. He can now take a much better fight here. Oh, gets a lib. Liberator goes down. Gets 1, gets 2. He's going to get all 3. Yeah, snipes all 3 Liberators. Clem is fighting with half his army. The boys are being pulled. Colossus, they wasted DPS on the CC. Wasted DPS, baby. Get in there. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Colossus, they just A move at the command center. Not like this. Again, here he's making a lot of mistakes here in the mid game forward. We gotta lock in back. But that was 4 Colossus just going ham on the CC. Ay, ay, ay. Better swipes. Yeah, Clem is getting ready for the surround. Fight count is built up. Earlier there were what, 2-3 Vikings. Now we're up to 6. And now we're collapsing in. Colossus once again, they do lag behind. Clem does shut this down. Yeah, better concave, better arc. The planetary is coming into play as well. Now here he still does have a bank. Like, he can still afford to have worse fights and worse trades. It's still something he can afford. Oh, diving on the Liberator. Once again, Liberator goes down. But here he has to be so careful with this army. Again, Colossus, because of their range, they're so prone to just being stuck on buildings. And that just keeps happening. And with that, here extends. He'll bleed out both of the Immortals, the Colossus as well, and Clem can just chase him down. He just chase him down once again. And here he doesn't have the gas to afford these trades. But again, here he very much so has been trying to brute force the issue and brute force the win. That's been the case for the last 10 minutes. That's and initially it was working. Like, initially Hero did have the lead, he did have the advantage, but very quickly he extended, took some bad fights. That's been the case for the past 10 or so minutes. He's still in this thanks to his economy and thanks to the fact that Clem has not actually moved out. Hero trying to cut Clem off. Diving on the Metamax. Okay, nice pickups here by Hero. Takes down a couple of Metamax, going for the CC. Doesn't quite get the kill. That's another Colossus goes down. Yeah, Vikings, they punish so hard. That's 2 Colossus falling before the main fight happens. The final Colossus, oh my god, barely gets away. Yeah, commits in, decent Novas. But the Liberation does punish. We have the freedom, we have the Liberators. Enemy defends well. And now it's time to push out. And he breaks out across the map. Now we can finally start to threaten some of these bases. This Nexus will fall. And here he cannot fight the main army. Goes to the counterattack, goes to the base trade. Send everything across instead. And we'll see if we can get the planetary at least. Yeah, no shot. Yeah, plenty to defend back at home. And the reality is that the army composition from Clem is just superior. Like, his build up to Mass Liberator, Viking, Ghost, like, this is a better army to work with. herO, he never really made that switch into Skytos. So herO, he's just been outscaled. So here, he's just trying to push up that hill into Clem. It's not gonna work out. At this point, herO, he's lost his lead. Like, being stuck with this gateway heavy composition can work if you have momentum, if you have map control, if you can deny bases, but he has failed to do so, right? Bases have been taken. The economy for Clem is solid. And he's built up to 12 Liberators. Yeah, Liberation is set up. Goes ham on the Stalkers. Colossus going down as well. And herO will lose everything. The Gateway Army, Liberators, they survive. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Very well done here by Clem to be able to weather the storm. Again, herO, initially he was ahead. He was able to break the main army of Clem. If you remember, Clem, he was the first to make a big mistake when he pushed across the map. He pushed across the map against a zealot heavy composition, and Clem lost everything. He lost all of his army, he lost his tanks, he lost a lot of momentum, he was stuck at home, and following that, we saw herO move out with his Colossus and break the mineral line. And that was all well and good for herO. He took his lead, he extended his lead, and then he overextended. Then he was overly aggressive. He was throwing away a lot of supply, a lot of zealots, a lot of Colossus, more importantly, a lot of immortals. If you remember, when he pushed into the center, when he lost like 4 or 5 immortals, some really rough trades there for herO, and that continued throughout the course of the remainder of the game. When it comes to herO's composition, it very much so has an expiration date. It does have an expiration date. It does not scale well into a late game setup, specifically this robo gateway heavy composition. If we're going for the late game, if the Terran player does hit critical mass of Liberator, if you don't have Skytos, and if you don't have map control, if you don't have that greater economy, then it can be very difficult, if not impossible, to catch up with the Terran. So again, here he just got outscaled. He just got outscaled over time. Was stuck with a low tech army for a little bit too long. GG, well played. Ooh, and congratulations here to Clem. Again, we did have a back and forth series, did go all the way to the ace match, so shout out to both players for making it to the ace match. But again, herO, he was just a little bit too one-track minded here in that final game. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to Clem. Congratulations, as it does claim the win. And again, he is this week's, or at least the week of number 54 PiGosaur Cup's champion. So congratulations. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up for the day. Now, we're going to be live later on this evening, as we do have another cast that is going to be the SC for All tournament, the offline LAN event happening in Philadelphia. You can see it here at 11 p.m. KST. That's going to be at 1 p.m. AEST. It's going to be very late, and it's going to be lasting all day as well. We'll do our best to keep up and to stay up, but again, we do have that big event happening in Philadelphia. We will be casting it ourselves here on the Cranky Ducklings. It's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be happening both on Saturday and on Sunday, so 2 days of StarCraft. Oh boy, a lot of invited players as well. We have a lot of players from the Americas. We have also players from Europe traveling over as well. So do look forward to it. It's going to be an amazing weekend of StarCraft. It's going to be amazing. Meanwhile, I'm going to go pass out. I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm running off of fumes right now. I slept 3 hours. I had 3 hours of sleep, so I do apologize for being a little bit low energy, and I do apologize for misspeaking at times. I did notice I did misspeak a couple of times throughout the entirety of the broadcast. Just very tired, only sleeping 3 hours, so I'm gonna go get some sleep, gonna go get some rest, and get ready for the cast later on tonight. Let's go. we do have our cast this evening. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, so give them some love, give them some support as we do get some rest and go to bed. Go to bed. Unit loss probably double, maybe more than that. But with that, thanks for watching. The freedom, yeah, the freedom, baby. So much freedom. But yes, with that, thanks for watching, and again, we'll see you guys later on tonight for SC for All. Otherwise, we'll see. Otherwise, if you want to support us, you can do so by following us on the socials. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so plenty of content over on YouTube. Likewise, we do posts on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, all things Cranky Ducklings. And you can also support us via Patreon as well, as our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular weekly and monthly basis. So you can support us there if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.